All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Go! This is the podcast!
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and
Podcast.
and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey everybody, welcome to Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast with the number 2. My name is Tiago De Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
All right, so we're going to be
I'm
singing...
Nick Gambino.
What?
I'm Neil Carson.
Nick Gambino.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's happening.
You are fucking it up!
What is
Diego.
Is this
I'm
like
Nick
a song?
Gambino.
I don't know what he's doing.
Just make a medley out of it.
Here, I tell you what.
Here.
Okay.
All by yourself.
I feel like it. I'm all by... I fucking it up. All by meet me up here. I gotta get into...
So this episode definitely involves music.
A doe.
Yeah.
So
A deer, a female deer, a ray, a pocket full of sun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Me, a da 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 da. Do re mi so.
I felt like-
yeah.
I used to love that.
Fa, a long
re.
way to run. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sound of Music. All right.
Nazis.
So-
Nazis. Yeah. Basically, it's all that movie's
Yeah.
really
That's-
about.
A lot of
That's
Nazis
his
in
first.
that movie.
That's his first
Too
song
many
right
Nazis,
there.
I would
Nazi.
say. Too many Nazis.
Too many.
All right,
All right, go
Stalin.
ahead.
All right.
Stalin.
So
It's not Nazis. Go ahead.
no. The reason I said Stalin because I just watched Death of Stalin.
Oh, you watched that?
I watched-
Dude,
I-
I've been wanting to watch that.
I watched it in a train.
Nice. I've been really wanting to watch that movie.
You should.
Yeah.
It's actually I think
The guy who
It's
did
on-
Veep,
isn't it
Armando
on-
Iannucci, is it streaming somewhere?
it's
Amazon
it's
or
streaming
something?
and
Nice.
you can rent it.
Good.
It's a really good comedy.
Yeah, I've been
It's
wanting to
a
watch.
really
I
good
wanted to see it in
comedy.
theaters. I just missed it. It's Armando Iannucci who did.
It was
Veep,
limited.
the creator of Veep.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this whole movie about like Stalin dies and all his cabinet, all his people are trying to figure out what to do. Steve Buscemi's in it, but none of them have Russian accents. It's just like this ridiculous. Anyways, it looks really good.
It's a good film. You should watch it.
Go
So
ahead.
all right. So we're doing musicals that are in films that I remember.
That's a fucking weird way.
You know.
Well, like
because I think here's
No,
my
we're
issue
doing
is
movie
because
soundtracks.
as
Movie
soon as I
soundtracks.
started,
Yeah.
movie
Movie
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I started, you were saying something else of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so it confused the fuck out of
Oh,
me.
I get it. No,
So-
I want to. So we're not talking about the movies themselves. We're talking about movie soundtracks. We want to talk about the songs for movies. It's not going to be the score particularly. We can probably dabble in that a little
Oh, I'm
bit.
gonna sing some
we're not
songs.
talking. Yeah, we're not talking about the movie and the way the scenes are played out. We just want to talk about the songs, right? So the movie
Yeah.
soundtracks, either original songs or in the case of like Pulp Fiction, you know that used a bunch of actual existing songs. So we'll talk about that. Wipeout. Anyways, okay, good. So somebody kick us off.
How about this?
Yeah.
I hit 'em high, hit 'em
High,
high,
hit 'em high, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low. Space Jam.
Come on!
I've never seen
Space
it.
Jam.
Are you
never...
kidding me?
No! Are you never
kidding
seen
me?
Space Jam?
Why would I watch
Neil.
Space Jam?
Why wouldn't you watch
Why
Space
would-
Jam?
Michael Jordan isn't even an actor.
That's true, and he's not.
Bugs
He's a
Bunny
terrible
is.
actor in it. Yeah, Bugs Bunny's in it.
Yeah,
Ray
I'm-
Knight's in
I'm
it.
like
Bill
a Disney-
Murray.
I'm a Disney person.
You
What
really
is-
never saw Space Jam?
Are
I've
you
never
kidding
seen
me?
Space Jam.
That is bananas.
You just-
There's
We
another
lost-
one I never saw with Brendan Fraser and Jenna Elfman where it's kind of like Space
Yeah.
Jam.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
no, I know what you're talking about.
Looney
Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
Loaded or
Looney
Reload-
Tunes are back or something
in
like
action, Reloaded, Smack, Target.
that. Yeah, I never saw
fucker.
that either.
Yeah, I never saw that either. But
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Space Jam.
How do you not?
All right, well, let's
Okay.
talk about our favorite soundtracks. And apparently, we're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the soundtrack.
We
You
can
know-
talk about Space
Coming
Jam.
straight from
soundtrack.
But hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em low. And that whole thing, it's got Be Real rapping on that one. It's got
Everyone.
Is it like Coolio?
Coolio. It has
Redman? Is Redman?
Busta-
Or Method Man?
Method Man is in there.
Method Man.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
So good.
Coming straight to the hole. Oh, Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill.
Yeah, Be Real. Let's Be Real.
Oh,
yeah,
Be
from
Real.
Cypress
Yeah,
Hill,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh,
Hit
how
him high,
can you?
hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, hit him low,
You
hit him low, hit him low.
Coming straight to the hole.
Yeah, straight to the hole.
It's
It's 90s hip hop, man. 90s rap, but they did it like a family friendly way. It was so good. You had all these hardcore.
Awesome.
All these people are doing like violent, vulgar rap, and they come together for this family friendly song that still sounds like them. But
it's one song.
It's a one
Oh,
song
I thought
off
these were
the
all
soundtrack.
different.
No,
It's
all
part of
those
the
guys
soundtrack.
on one
Yeah,
song.
It's a
Wow,
memorable
that's
part.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and the music video is like black and white with them on the courts, and they're all wearing basketball jerseys, and it's got snippets of the movie. But what's the biggest song off Space Jam, guys?
Oh yeah, it was what's his name? Oh my gosh. I believe I can
Oh
fly.
yeah, R. Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe
I
I can
believe
touch the
I
sky.
can touch the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, he is around.
Yeah, he's doing some
Think
things.
about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly. How have you not watched
I
this
did-
I
movie?
believe
I saw that music video, and there was like
See
Michael
me
Jordan
running
and like
through
Bugs
that
Bunny, and I was
open
like, "What is
door.
happening?" And then I turned it off.
It's a fun movie.
You
It's
are
a fun
sound.
movie.
You need
Michael
to watch
Jordan
it because
is,
you're a soundtrack guy.
yeah, Michael Jordan is a
I'm
terrible
a score
actor,
guy. I like
Well-
I like musical scores.
Right.
I'm not a
Okay, go
huge
watch.
person on like
Okay,
songs.
but give us a movie soundtrack.
I love the actual soundtrack to Scream. I love all the songs on that
What
soundtrack.
songs are on
It's,
Scream?
like Right Hand Man it's all these like obscure bands that you've never heard of and I've never heard of since that soundtrack.
But what are the songs
But I
on
like
it?
all the music.
I can't think of one song on Scream.
What-
I remember the song
Yeah,
of
I
Disturbing
really
Behavior. Paranoid, paranoid, everybody's coming to get me.
Yeah, there
They
was
say
that.
you
And
never
then there was
met
that other one that
me.
was like,
That's
boom,
Disturbing
boom,
Behavior. Oh, no, no.
boom.
Yeah, Disturbing Behavior is the one I'm talking
What was the one that was like doom 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 doom?
about.
God, dude, now you got me with the disturbing behavior. Got
I'm
you
gonna
where
tell
I
I
want
want
you.
you.
Yeah. You remember that 90s song? Got you where I want you. That's
Yeah.
that's the song.
Oh man, I'm thinking about you. Actually did it almost sounded like Basket Case. Feeling like a shit. Green Day is what I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
of for a second.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's,
you
it's
did.
this one, like, I don't know if they're one hit wonder or whatever, but they had that song, Got You Where I Want You. Yeah, so there's this song,
I know the song. I know the
and
song.
Scream, one of my favorite songs was the Red Right Hand by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Yeah.
And
How's
then,
it go?
School's Out, which is like a cover.
School's out for summer.
Yeah.
School's out forever. Yeah, I remember
You know,
that.
and then
That's
Youth of America was like
was
one
School's
of the big
out
ones.
Alice Cooper?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Alice
I think
Cooper.
it was
Yeah, and I
Alice
remember
Cooper,
that
yeah.
when it played in the movie, it was like when it.
It's like 2 seconds in the movie.
It's like,
and
it's like
there's
daylight
like a transition
scene. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. That's I was kind of obscure. I didn't really expect you to say Scream, but I
Yeah,
guess it
I
did
have
have a good
that
soundtrack.
I own
Yeah.
that soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
What other?
Oh, you got. I can go on Saturday Night Fever.
Oh well, of course.
Come on.
Stay
You can
alive.
tell by the way I move my.
Stay
Yeah.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. You get hit.
Was that like Three Brothers?
Well, it's all right and it's okay, and you can look the other way. I try to understand. Wait, the New York Times effect on man. Whether your mother, whether your brother, you're staying alive, staying fucking up, man. Yeah, those are lyrics.
I woke up this morning and I came downstairs. The TV was on, and The Spy Who Loved Me was on, and I forgot Carly Simon sang that opening song. It was like doo doo doo, like Nobody Does It Better.
Oh, nobody. I love that song.
Nobody
Does it better.
Doo doo doo.
I like Carly
I was
Simon.
like, man, this is a great song. I forgot. I for some reason never
Nobody
associated it with that
better.
movie, but then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That theme plays throughout the entire film.
Yeah.
That's
This is a great
that is
conversation
good. That's a
because
good movie.
coming out this year too, A Star Is
Star is Born.
with
It's
Lady
like
Gaga.
the fifth version
Oh,
of that
yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper directed it and is
Yeah.
in it.
and he sings it too. He
Yeah,
sings
yeah,
it too.
yeah.
That's awesome. And he's got a great voice. If you haven't seen the trailer, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's talk about.
You know what? I think about like songs that became popular because of films, and I just recently just found out that "Kiss by a Rose"
Yeah,
by
from
Seal
Batman
is
Forever.
from Batman Forever.
You
like,
just
he
found that
wrote
out?
that, and I never associated that song
with that movie. It literally the
Yeah.
end credits start with that song, but that song is completely linked to that movie. I think it was
So weird.
made,
He wrote it for the movie. Yeah.
Baby.
Ba-da-da.
Baby. I've like listened to that song recently. Like,
You know what I just noticed?
I
play that song.
Did
in
I
my
ever
car.
tell you? Did I bring this up on the podcast before that I have a version of that song that I
Yeah,
sang
you
to
did.
my daughter?
Yes, you did. You
Yeah.
sang it.
Oh, yeah.
You sang it on the
I'm not
podcast.
gonna do that.
You sang-
There used to be a Grey tower alone in the sea. You remain
What? I feel like this was in a movie. Isn't there a movie?
my
With,
pleasure.
My pleasure, my pain.
isn't there a movie where
Yeah.
Jonah Hill like sings this song to somebody and he keeps fucking it up? It's either Jonah Hill or somebody. There's some movie where like the guy, it's like a comedy, and the guy just keeps singing the song.
Fucking it up.
And he's like obsessed with, like, anytime he gets like worked up, he
Yeah.
sings that song to
That's so
like,
funny.
you know, get him all jazzed.
Yeah.
And he's like, anyway, I forget what movie it was. It's from like within the last like 10 years or something.
Okay,
There's also Top Gun, which I haven't seen
Top Gun,
from
but-
beginning to end. But that song though,
yeah. So there's the Highway to Heaven. Highway to Heaven. Jesus
Highway
Christ.
to
Highway to Heaven. Oh, not Highway to the Danger Zone. Yeah, Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins created like
Oh,
how many
shit.
freaking soundtracks did this guy
true.
have songs?
I just thought of Survivor. Fucking Rocky.
Oh, yeah, Rocky 3.
3, yeah.
yeah.
Like when I listen to that song, like the guitar is so
Back
like,
on my feet.
like in your face, like that
Yeah.
fucking like. Wow,
It's
like,
still it was
so
on the
good.
radio 2 days ago, and I was like, I'm not changing the
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
radio
yeah,
station.
yeah.
I
am
love that
listening.
every time I hear
I
that
get
song.
pumped.
It's the
Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to
I
the
never
challenge
associated
of
that
our
song either with
rivals.
Rocky.
Are you
growing up.
serious?
Really?
Yeah,
That was
and
written
now
for
and
that,
then when
right?
somebody told me it's
The
from Rocky
last
3 and it was
survivor-
written for that movie,
Yeah.
I listened to the lyrics. I'm like, oh shit, that makes total sense.
And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night.
and he's
not-
because in the movie
I
he's
gotta
wearing
say,
the jacket
almost
with like
all-
the tiger on the back.
Yeah.
Almost all
He approached him about
Rockies
doing it for that
had
film.
an incredible soundtrack. Almost all of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they reused
Wow.
a couple of songs, but still, I mean, the new songs that they brought in, the soundtracks that were, and it's, you know.
How about Gonna Fly Now from the original? It's weird when the vocals come in on that song.
That's Bill Conti who
Yes.
did the soundtrack to Masters of the Universe.
That's
which
right.
I fucking love that
Yeah.
soundtrack.
It is strange. Gonna fly now. It is
Yeah.
weird when the vocals come in, but I've gotten used to it. Yeah. Because it really works. Just the theme music alone works for that film.
And what's weird is you listen to that song, it's very like 70s like funk. Like
Totally. I
like
love-
it.
oh.
It turns from like the horns
That
into
funk
like
guitar?
that funk. It's like
I know.
whatever. I don't know. Aura.
It's
Aura.
Aura. It's reminded me of Black Klansman. There's a whole aura thing. Anyways, the beginning of our podcast starts. We got a little funk guitar in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Some
Yeah, we
horns,
do.
Some
Yeah.
horns.
This is true.
Yep. Anyways, back to Top Gun though. So there's some other songs in there. First,
Oh yeah.
Berlin's "Take My Breath Away." Yeah.
Take my breath away. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good
Tom
song.
Cruise.
Tom
Sex you.
It's like even when I watch that, I don't know if it's the fact that I know that he was shorter than her, but like it's weird now that I like when I see that film, like I just in my mind I'm like, dude's like a foot shorter than this chick.
Yeah. Well, Kelly McGillis is
Like
kind of
he's
taller to
banging
begin with.
like an Amazon from his point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the top 50 most memorable soundtracks.
Yeah.
I
You know what the go ahead.
totally forgot about this film, Judgment Night.
What's this? I love that movie,
Judgment.
but what's the sound? What's
You
what
have
songs are in there?
Have I seen
Helmets and House
Emilio
of Pain.
Estevez,
Yeah.
Dennis Leary. They're the friends are the RV. They're traveling
RV.
around across, and they come across this gang of people led by
They're
Dennis
stuck in the
Leary,
RV.
Never seen
and
it.
they're basically hunting them down for the night. It's a really fucking
Yeah,
crazy movie.
It's a great film. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should watch. You got Helmet and House of Pain, Teenage Fan Club and De La Soul, Living Color and Run DMC.
It's a lot of hip hop.
Yeah, there's tons of hip hop. Yeah, well, I think they get stuck in a
Interesting.
black neighborhood, didn't they? Because the gangs that attacked
What? So
them.
only black people listen to rap? Is what you're
No,
saying?
but what I'm saying, well, pretty much not because you listen to it. So,
All
Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill,
Oh wow.
Biohazard and Onyx.
Onyx. Slam.
Yeah, Faith No More and Booba Ya Tribe.
Let the boys be boys. Slam.
Slayer, Ice-T.
It's another one with the kind of one. Huh? Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Yeah. Ice-T. Is he in
Mud
that movie?
Honey,
Isn't
yeah.
Ice-T in that movie?
I think he is.
Does he
Yeah,
show up
yeah.
in that?
And Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
That's what I'm
baby,
saying.
got
This is an
back.
incredible soundtrack.
Posse's on Broadway. That's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what the number one selling soundtrack of all time? I think it still holds that record. Is Bodyguard, Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Bodyguard.
Yeah, I know.
She had a really famous song.
You know,
I
it's
love that
interesting. Like,
soundtrack.
I grew up with 4 sisters, and they watched that movie over and over
Love
and
it.
over,
I
and
love
it
it.
almost made me hate Kevin Costner.
Really?
Like, I just hated Whitney. I mean, I like Whitney Houston, but
Yeah.
at the time, I was like, I can't stand this. Like, you guys watch this every day. Like,
Oh,
I'm
really?
over it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't watch this movie over and over again. It's not an upbeat, feel-good movie.
It's a good
Like,
movie though.
It is a good movie.
I like that movie a lot.
Like watching it again, I'm like, oh, okay, I can appreciate it
Yeah.
more now as an adult. But as like, you know,
It was
a
being
teenager
thrust on
growing
you.
up, I was just like, I fucking hate this
Yeah.
movie, and I hated the music. So
Yeah.
I was like, I can't stand this fucking song. And then I heard I like the Dolly Parton version better.
No,
because
you still do?
It's more of an upbeat
Still?
song. Than her version.
It's so good.
I think her version is fantastic.
Her
but
version came out of fucking
I just
nowhere.
associate it negatively because of that
Yeah.
experience.
That's so funny because here's what happened is she wrote that song, right? So there's an earlier part in the movie where they're dancing to the Dolly Parton song, right?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends. You don't hear her doing this. This it doesn't show up in the movie until the very end when she's on the plane. She gets out of the plane and runs towards him to hug him and say goodbye.
Yeah.
And that it starts up while the plane's kind of taxiing a little bit, and then before it stops, before she runs, and it starts out very slow. That song, right?
Oh, yeah,
It
and then it
starts out
builds, yeah.
extremely slow.
Yeah.
If I could it. Anyways, that
Have you listened to the Dolly
thing.
Parton one?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
fine.
very similar.
It's different.
You know,
would
she wrote
only
that song to her
be
manager.
In
your
way.
Do you know the history of that song?
So
All
I'll
right, there we go.
go.
Anyways.
No,
it's-
keep going.
It's
I thought
good.
you
No,
were
no,
gonna
no.
stop.
It's so good. He's doing it. He's got it. He's doing the background song.
I'll think of you
Every step of
the way.
Oh, chills, baby, chills. Anyways, so that song. So Kevin Costner had to fight. The studio was like, absolutely not. This is not going to be the leading single. We're not going to release this on the radio. Nobody will listen to it. This song takes about 30 to 45 seconds to build up into anything.
Yeah.
That is not a radio friendly song. And Kevin Costner, who had a lot of power at this time, he was very much an A-list guy. He was a producer on the film. He was like,
He pushed to have Whitney Houston in the
the film to begin with, and then this song alone, he's like, no, that's the fucking number one single. Like, we're going to release this. This is going to be the leading front runner of this movie and of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it blew up. It was
killed,
huge.
yeah.
It's still number one. I love that song, but I love the I Have Nothing song on that soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Well, those songs were written for that movie.
Yeah, they
Okay.
all were. If it sounds like a Whitney Houston soundtrack, there's
Or
that.
Whitney Houston album, yeah.
Yeah, album. That's right. There's the Queen of the Night song on there, which is fine. It's a dancing song, but I love "I Have Nothing" and "I Will Always Love You." She does that gospel rendition song in the movie. She sings it with her sister, which is great. But it's on the soundtrack. Anyways, I love.
She was
I
an
love that
incredible
soundtrack.
actress and singer.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I still remember The
Multi-talented.
Preacher's Wife. That was a great film.
Oh yeah, with Denzel Washington.
Denzel
I
Washington,
was
yeah.
gonna. For some reason, I thought of. I guess because I mentioned Bond earlier. There was the movie License to Kill,
Yeah.
which had that song by Patti LaBelle at the end.
What's the song?
If You Ask Me To. It was like, if you ask me to, I just might change my mind. You don't remember
God,
this song?
I do remember. Yeah, I do remember it. I'm trying to like get it the tune. Yeah.
And it's like every time I watch that, I love License to Kill. It's
Ask
like
me
one of
to.
my,
Yeah.
it's probably my top 5 like Bond films.
Nice.
I mean, I was a big Timothy Dalton
Yeah,
fan.
Timothy Dalton,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That reminded me of, you said Patti LaBelle, Beverly Hills Cop. The soundtrack for Beverly Hills Cop is amazing.
I
used
just
to listen to
haven't.
this.
I've only seen. I don't think I've seen. I think I saw the second one from beginning to end.
You've never seen the first one beginning to end? Are you about to say?
Long time ago.
Wow.
It's just they never stood out to me.
Oh, they.
Golden Child for me was like the Eddie Murphy movie that I grew up with.
I mean, I like
That
Golden
Coming
Child.
to America.
Yeah.
That had a
Wait,
good
he's got
soundtrack,
that
too.
thing that
I don't
he's
even know what
spinning.
that-
In
I
Golden
don't even-
Child, he's spinning. He has to spin the thing and talk to him. And
You
he
need
starts
to ask.
playing it like
the
he's
show-
scratching.
Yeah,
like
he's like,
this.
I want the knife.
Yeah, that's right. But Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, very different movies directed by different people. The first one's done by Martin Brest, who did Son of a Woman later on. Beverly Hills Cop 2 is Tony Scott.
Yeah.
Directed that.
I need to watch the
those
first
two
one
movies.
again.
First off, they
They're not
both
on
have great
streaming.
soundtrack. I own them. They were streaming for a while. I think Beverly Hills Cop is still on Netflix. The first one's still on Netflix. But the first
I
one,
did watch Running Man.
Good. I'm glad you watched that. But let me talk about. Can I talk about these Beverly Hills Cop soundtracks real quick?
I still haven't seen Commando.
All right, you're a fucking mess, is what you are.
Should I watch that movie?
Yes, Commando.
Also,
I don't even know how to respond
I need
to
to
you.
watch that arm wrestling movie.
Over the top.
That great soundtrack.
Soundtrack too. You
Oh, is there a good soundtrack?
Canon films. Come on.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Why are you guys looking at me like I'm
halfway.
crazy?
Meet me halfway.
I've seen Electric Boogaloo, the story of Canon Films. I've seen that. That is have you seen that? Did you watch that, Diego?
What?
The Electric Boogaloo?
The
Long time.
Wild
The
and
Canon
Untold.
documentary?
No, it's a new documentary on a couple years
What?
old.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Over
It's
the Top put
fucking
arm
incredible.
wrestling
I didn't
on
even
the
know
map,
that movie
all right?
existed until I watched the
Wow.
Electric Boogaloo.
I've seen that movie so many times. He plays. His name's Lincoln Hawk.
Lincoln Hawk.
that
Of
movie
course
was
it is.
so-
Of course
Abraham
it
Lincoln
is.
Hawk is his full name.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait.
and it matches his
Beverly Hills
truck.
Cop, though. Beverly Hills Cop.
All right.
Back it up. Back it
Okay.
up.
So what song? This song. Because we're doing
Okay,
song.
there's a fuckload of songs. I listened to that. So I
But
used to
what's
have
the
it on
one
tape
that
cassette.
you love?
I loved like 5 of them. First off, there's Stir It Up by Patti LaBelle. Can't wait to stir it up. You know that song?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Is that Bob Marley cover? Like
No,
Stir
he
It
doesn't
Up?
Stir It Up. He does his own Stir It Up song.
Uh-huh.
Funny story about the mix between those two. I was sitting in the audience of Jimmy Fallon back when he was Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, and the Roots always do that kind of intro number, and they have a warm-up comedian who kind of like dances with them and everything before the show actually starts, just for the live audience. And Questlove and like the whole Roots were playing Stir It Up by Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And after they finished that, the comedian said, I thought you were going to lead into Patti LaBelle's Stir It Up. And Questlove was like, I have no idea what that song is. And he was like, really? And I yelled out, I was like, it's from Beverly Hills Cop!
Yeah.
And then he goes, yes, him. And Questlove's like, one guy in the audience knows what the fucking song is. I'm like, yeah. And then later on, they brought me up to, they were going to have, like, basically play music, and I was going to do a birthday dance because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, Beverly Hills Cop guy. So.
You went up and they...
Yeah.
Did they air it? Or no? It was
No,
just for, like,
it's only for the
local?
live audience. It's not
Oh,
filmed.
okay.
It's not filmed. But anyways, that was just a funny little aside. But the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack has Stir It Up. It has the movie stars with the heat is on.
Oh,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the street,
Yeah.
inside your head.
Holy shit, dude! You just said, hold on. I just had a moment.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Do you guys remember those little things? They were called like pocket rockers.
Yeah.
and they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
the little mini cassettes.
Yes.
I had that. Got a pocket rocker for Christmas one year, and it had that song
He
on
is
it.
on?
Yes,
Really?
it
That's
had the fuck,
awesome.
and I played that like all the time.
That's awesome. Well, the movie
That was like the
starts.
only cassette I ever had because the cassettes were the size of like
Yeah,
quarters
they were
or
like little-
something.
yeah.
Holy shit!
That's hilarious.
That
That's
just hit you.
crazy.
That's
That
awesome.
just hit me. I was like total flashback.
But Beverly Hills Cop starts with that song. The movie starts. It goes shh, with that song, and the Beverly Hills Cop title goes shh. It slams on the screen with
like,
and then
Yeah.
it's all these shots of Detroit. And Detroit's still not doing very well, but back then it was like 80s Detroit, and it was just like downtrodden. It was all these kind of like sweeping through it, and there were real shots of real people on the streets of Detroit, and
Yeah.
Martin Brest and them just went out and got
This
a
is
bunch of
the
B-roll.
first one?
First one.
Okay.
Starts that way, and then it leads into a scene with Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy in the back of a cigarette truck trying to make this deal to sell this whole truckload of cigarettes to these guys. These cops show up, and it ends up in this big fucking high-speed chase, and at the end of it, when everything's crashing, you find out he's a cop.
Yeah.
But what's cool is during that scene is I'm just burning, doing the neutron dance. That's the
Oh, I
song
don't
that's
know that
playing. You don't
song.
know that song?
No.
Dude, watch the movie. The soundtrack is fucking awesome.
You know what you remind me of? Which I'm gonna be pissed off because I know he hasn't watched it yet. What's that movie? The Last Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we
no,
watched it.
I got him to watch it like 2
We
months ago.
watched it,
Are
yeah.
you kidding me?
I
He loved
listened-
it.
I listened to that song from it all the time. The fucking,
I'm
how does
so
it go?
excited.
The Glow.
No,
When he got
the-
fucked,
the-
you need to glow.
There's that one. Yeah,
no,
but
no. The song from Deluge or Derouge or whatever.
Oh,
DeBarge.
DeBarge. Yeah, Rhythm of the Night. I just listened to that yesterday.
Yeah. Dude, I
Feel the
listen-
beat of the rhythm of the night. Dancing till the morning light. Forget about the worries on your
Yeah.
mind.
I like
You
listen.
can leave them all
I had heard
behind.
that as a kid, and I like only heard it a few times, and then I confused it with like the
other Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah.
There's
Or is it Rhythm of the Night or
Gloria Esteban or whatever.
Yeah, Gloria Estevez.
Yeah,
or something. Is it Esteban?
Esteban. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I heard her song and I thought it was the same song. And then when we watched the movie, I was like, this is that other song.
Yeah.
Like I had always like merged those
In all the
memories
magic-
together. Yeah.
Wait, how does it go? How's it
It's like
start?
the only movie that has that song in it, I think.
And when you feel like the world is on your shoulder and all the madness has got you going crazy,
Then it's
time to get out into the street.
Where all the action is right there at your feet.
Dance the whole night away.
Did they use that song in that Black Mirror episode called the one where they're in like the virtual
The DJ,
80s virtual reality?
Hang the DJ.
No, the virtual reality one where they're in the 80s. I feel like they use that song.
I don't remember
in
hearing that one. San.
Yeah, San Bernardino or something like that.
No,
Junipero.
San
Yeah.
Junipero. Yeah, that's a great.
They don't
episode.
use that in there.
I don't remember.
'Cause it was
Maybe
like
they did.
The whole thing is like in the
all
80s.
80s, yeah. But I love that DeBarge song. That's one. Like honestly, that's I listened to it yesterday. Like had it blasting in my kitchen as I was just like dancing by myself.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I
But yes,
listened
it's
to it
from
since we've
The Last
watched that.
Dragon.
I've listened to it like 20 times in my car.
Yeah,
while
it's so
driving.
good. It is a really feel good song.
It is a feel-good
It holds
song,
up.
yeah.
It feels. Yeah, that's a great song.
That should be like your alarm to wake you up.
100%.
Yeah.
Start your day off with that song,
Yeah.
and you'll have a great
You'll have a great day. You'll have a
Rhythm of
great
the Night by DeBarge.
Yeah.
Anyways, but so that's Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop 2 starts with almost starts with the breakdown, shake down, everybody getting to the starting line, shake down, break down, you
Who's that by?
busted. It's Rod Seeger, I think. Beverly Hills Cop, and he's getting dressed in that fly suit, and he stops and he freezes in the mirror with his gun in the mirror, holding it, and he goes Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then it shows him in that.
Oh, I do
fucking-
remember that.
in the Ferrari or whatever, is a Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever, and he just peels out.
Yeah.
That's the song. Shake down, break down, everybody's getting to the starting line. Shake down, break down, you busted. I love that song. And but let's talk about. There's also the Axel Foley theme.
Yeah. Burp, 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 burp.
It's so good, and it's also Harold Faltermeyer who also did the theme song for Top Gun. Oh,
same guy?
Yeah, same guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he did both of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jerry Bruckheimer is a producer. Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson were producers on both films.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're big on making sure their music, at least back then, were like a big part of their movies.
Let me
Yeah.
see if you guys are you finished with.
Yeah, I'm done
okay,
with that.
all
Yeah.
right. You guys remember this?
Nothing about this. Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yes!
Yeah. Starts off with it. This soundtrack, incredible.
This
a great
soundtrack,
soundtrack.
is
I love it.
incredible.
Whoa.
Man of Constant Sorrow.
Yeah, so man of.
That's an original song, but I
Yeah.
love that song.
I know it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
I am a man.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Sorrow. That's how it goes. Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do.
I maybe like bluegrass actually. I went and started listening to
I'm
some
not a big
bluegrass
like
after
country or southern, or any kind of that fan
Not
of that
big
music,
country,
but
I
it's
like
very
bluegrass
country.
more
All right, let's
than
do
country.
this
It's more
then.
bluegrass,
Let's do
but it's
this.
got that country twang to it, which is not. I'm not a big fan of.
I got a
but
great list right here.
How about the?
I'm gonna do a 5-second clip. See if you guys can call out the
All
movie.
right, we're gonna name that tune.
Name that tune.
Name that song.
You ready?
Yeah.
Neil, you ready?
Yeah.
Well,
guess
that's
I'm not.
anticlimactic. Wait, but
That is very
Are we
an-
doing more of Oh, brother, we're out there because there's a lot of good.
Well,
songs.
I didn't want to play too much and then get charged.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. I can't. Well, I'm trying to look. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Amadeus. What is this? Is that Amadeus or Last Vampire?
This is
What is this?
episode 1.
Nope.
Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun,
nope.
dun,
I
dun.
couldn't
Duel
hear-
of Fates?
Nope.
That's
Nope.
not Duel of Fates from
Nope.
episode 1?
Nope.
Oh, is that Lord of the Rings?
Got it.
Oh, it's Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Similar, though.
Got
Yeah.
it. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, Nick.
Although
no
Duel
call.
of Fates, I actually really like that one John
Go
Williams
to
piece.
sleep, pretty baby.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
to
that
sleep.
is,
It's
yeah.
Oh, brother, we're out there.
Oh,
as
brother,
well.
we're out there, yeah.
I'll probably.
Oh,
press the-
shit! It's the speaking of that, 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you
how
did
did
my
I
daughter
mention
too.
that? Yeah.
Good
night, sweetheart.
Well, it's time to go.
Good
night, sweetheart.
So good.
It's
All right, here we go.
time to go.
You probably. I'll press the button. You probably call this one
All
out,
right.
Nick.
Are we doing scores?
Oh, this is Raiders. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He's
Dude.
No, this guy with scores,
Is it-
he's no joke. Don't fucking like pretend
Yeah.
like you're
All
gonna get anything by him. He's incredible with
All
the
right, here we go,
scores.
here we
I'm
go.
not.
Let's see.
Let's see this.
Name. I'll give you a
That's
name.
like really like.
There's like nothing
There's
happening.
nothing. happening.
Hans Zimmer.
Is this
Like
Inception?
nothing going on here.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Oh, Interstellar. Yeah,
All right.
that has. I like that
All right,
one part.
I bet you Neil won't get this one.
He's doing all scores. I'm
Yeah,
like lost when
Yeah,
it comes
I
to
bet
scores.
you Neil won't get this one.
You-
I would have got Interstellar eventually.
Yeah,
you would
He
have.
has played, like,
I've
the
listened to the soundtrack to Interstellar multiple times, but I just like that one main
Oh wow! It
piece where
said
it's like
this
it
track
starts,
is
it
not available
builds,
in your
Yeah.
country. Okay,
but the ambient kind of stuff, it's hard.
Yeah,
you know.
it's hard. It's
it's
like
super
so
subtle.
so I was
yeah.
gonna play
Yeah.
Jurassic Park for you.
Wait.
you got to do the main part of this. How about you do the
Well-
Superman theme? How
well,
about the
if we-
Superman theme, John Williams?
I should play the. Well, I don't want to tell you what it is because you guys probably won't guess it, but it's like it's a very, for me, memorable soundtrack. Oh, Godfather.
You could have gotten that one. I know you.
I know, but
I love. The
like,
reason
he's-
I love the first film is because the soundtrack
Yeah,
is
it's
incredible.
really good.
I
It
love
is-
that,
it is
like that
incredible.
oboe or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is. Like I love
yeah.
that sound of that.
Yeah, you're pretty awesome when it comes.
He's
to
really good with soundtracks or scores.
You'll get it.
Not the thing. What is that? What is that? I have no idea what that is.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. Something's happening. Just skip ahead. Skip ahead.
They won't let me skip ahead.
What are you playing this off of? A preview?
No, Tom.
This is.
It sounds very familiar. It's an old movie or more recent?
Recent.
Have I seen this movie?
Yes, you have.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Oh man.
Diamond Plate.
No, Dark
War.
Knight.
Huh?
That was Dark Knight.
That was Dark
He
Knight.
just went, yes, you have. Like, that's not fucking Dark
Well,
Knight
you
at all.
did Caesar. You told me
You just did a
It
Caesar.
sounds like Caesar. Well, my fault.
All right. But let's talk about songs
Can I
real
just
quick,
do one
too.
more for you?
Oh, my gosh.
One more
Okay,
for
go
you.
ahead.
All right, you can't
You
call
have to
this
guess.
out.
You have to
I
guess.
gotta guess it. I
He's
suck
gonna
with
guess it.
scores.
I can't.
If
It's got to be
he's gonna guess it.
particular.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
That's
go
why
ahead.
I got this for you.
It's Back to the Future.
Oh,
everybody knows
that.
Yeah. That's a great one. I love that one. Alan Silvestri.
You're off the podcast
I
if
know.
you did not get that fucking one, dude.
Now, but I actually am
Good
a big
job,
fan
good
of
job.
Superman, John Williams' Superman score from the original
Oh yeah,
Superman.
bump it him.
Bum, ba-dum,
Bum,
bum,
bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. They still
Yeah.
use that today.
Yeah, but there's
like-
also let's see, there's a part of it. Man, yeah, you got me on scores. But what are other song ones too?
Oh, I can keep doing some scores if you guys want to.
No.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy had an incredible soundtrack.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
There's so many films
Is
today.
that-
I mean, we haven't mentioned the elephant in the room, which is basically every Disney movie.
Every Disney movie, yeah.
Yeah, well,
You know, dude, my first CD that I ever got was the Aladdin soundtrack.
this is the one I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
the one,
This
yeah.
is the one, real quick, the suit. Oh my god, I literally,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's
You get
incredible.
chills.
It's incredible. Like you just think Superman.
Yeah.
Like this when I was a kid.
It's
I
so
was like,
grand.
Dun, dun, dun.
John Williams has that kind of grandness on lock.
Can you not be ahead of the song?
Is it coming? Are we gonna get flagged?
Right there.
Yeah, I don't care. Woo!
It's like a rodeo almost. It's just like
This is
Yeah.
a promotional
he's
podcast.
riding. It is very like westerny in a
It
way.
is.
Like
It
he's riding his horse and it's building. It's
Yeah.
built like Lone Ranger or something.
So good.
That's
It's
really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Disney.
John Williams is like traditional. He was like old school.
Yeah, Raiders.
But I
Star
mean, he was
Wars.
old when Raiders
Yes.
came out. Like when he wrote
Say
the
about
soundtrack
his
for that.
40s, 50s.
Yeah, he was like a classic composer who goes back to,
Yeah.
you know, like the 50s and 60s or something like that.
Oh,
did.
really?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about being the elephant in the room. Disney has some memorable soundtracks.
Oh yeah, I mean, if
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
go, you know, you got your basic, you know,
Every-
early '90s Disney films, especially, you know, Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin.
Aladdin. Don't forget Tarzan.
What happened to the guy?
It's always
No.
Somebody else's sea. You think about going up there, but that is a big mistake.
Look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor.
Such wonderful things around you. What
What
more is you looking for?
Under the sea.
Oh my God!
Under
Really,
the
that's the one we
sea.
went
Oh my
to.
God.
So
good.
Actually, I like that song a lot in that film. But one of my favorites is "Kiss the Girl."
Oh yeah, that is
so
great.
good. Like
I
like-
Do you wanna
kiss the girl?
Wow.
I like
My oh
I just
my,
like when the
you
birds
want
come in and
to
it's
kiss
so
the
loud,
girl?
like they're like, yeah, it's like wow, wow, and they're like, what the? Like Sebastian or something's losing his shit. He's like, shut the fuck up.
I like
Ariel.
Yeah.
Ariel. It is Ariel.
I got gizmos and gadgets aplenty.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Who's it and what's
There's
it
like
good
weird
Lord?
Disney
Yeah.
Disney
want
music or
Jim and the,
Disney
Jim and the-
songs are so interesting because there'll be like a 1 minute thing because that one I think is only like a minute and 10 seconds long.
It's
That whole,
short.
it's a little
yeah.
excerpt.
The kiss the girl part.
No,
Or
the,
the-
that one.
Oh,
I
yes.
want more.
Yeah, the I Want More. It's
Yeah.
not a full song. It's not like what you would expect a full song to be.
That was pretty
But
good.
it's
That was
a
good.
great,
That was good,
it's a
man.
great scene, and they always got like these no names
Yeah.
to like voice,
Yeah.
and they're
Oh,
incredible.
The
Incredible.
Aladdin.
No, they're not no
A whole-
names. They're professional
a
singers,
whole-
but they're not
was it
professional
Whole New World?
singers that have like records or something. They're
No,
actually
the
Broadway
guy,
guys.
the guy
They're
that
Broadway
they hired
people,
that
yeah.
sang A Whole New World. Like
He was in
wa-
Broadway,
no,
right?
he had just auditioned. He just
Really?
like he was like some guy who knew some guy, and then somehow he auditioned. The woman who sang was like a professional like opera singer. Like the chick.
She was
who-
a
she was an
Broadway
Asian-
star.
she
The
was an,
Asian ladies.
yeah.
Have you
But the-
seen that video?
Neither of them voiced the actual characters.
No,
like,
they
in
didn't.
it.
Yeah,
Just
no.
the,
It was
the
just
song.
the song.
Did you
Yeah.
see the recent? There's a video in the last couple of years. Is like I guess their 25th anniversary maybe since
Yeah.
2017. Did you see that video of them on like Good Morning America? What they're in the studio and those two, the original singers, do.
They
Whole
sang
New World,
it.
and the guy, what's his name, does the piano.
The composer?
Yeah, the
Alan
composer.
Menken or something like that?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And he does the piano. He talks a little bit about the history of how he created the song. He said it just came to him like that.
Yeah.
And he does the little.
He did
ditty,
like
ditty,
that.
and then
He
he's-
did Lion King. He did Little Mermaid. Like
Cool.
all the
Alan
top.
Menken, right? Yeah.
And then he passed. Like either he passed away or one his collaborator.
His collaborator
or
passed away,
something.
which he talks about. But he plays the piano while they're singing it, and it gives me chills. I've watched that video like 100 times. It's so beautiful.
I just remember
They
there
do
being
it
like
in studio.
controversy because the chick thought the guy was not a good singer.
Oh,
She
really?
was like, I gotta like elevate the song because this guy's not.
He's like a writer and producer on like Vikings now or something like that.
Is
like
he
he's
the
like,
guy who sang the
yes,
song?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
sings it with her, and yeah, she's definitely the better singer. 'Cause she's like a Broadway star.
I
Yeah.
thought he was
but
great.
he is, and he's,
I can't
it's a
tell because I'm not
beautiful-
in the industry. Like maybe there's telltale signs of
But
something.
but
I
it
don't know.
works. It's sometimes you have to go beyond the technical to what works emotionally. Is it happening? Is there
Yeah.
chemistry there? Is there creation that
Yeah.
just like surpasses the technical?
That's the whole, do you trust me?
Yeah. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
I trust you.
Oh,
Oh,
great
I gotta
show.
show you guys the video right. I love this video. It's just so. It's almost like Angela Lansbury doing the Beauty and the Beast up on stage. It's
shit.
that beautiful.
Oh, right. That was that video from
Yeah.
like last year or
Couple
2 years
years
ago
ago,
or
yeah.
something where
Oh,
Angela
wow.
Lansbury did Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, no, I
She
remember
sang
that.
it
Yeah,
live,
she
What
sang
did
it
she
live.
say at the end? The line. She even says the line.
She
at
says
the end.
the thing to
Off
Chip.
to
She's
the
like,
couple.
off to bed with
Off
you,
to bed
Chip.
with you, Chip.
Yeah,
To
she
the
like ends
cupboard.
it with
Yeah.
that, and like everybody's just like shitting their pants or
Because it's so
whatever. I don't know,
beautiful.
they're
She
like-
does it
yeah.
beautifully, and they do it just like that.
It's like she just has like a very unique voice. Like and I
Totally.
think it was like perfect for that.
because hers was only
scene.
supposed to be like a demo, not a demo reel, but like a stopgap. What do they call them? Where they just kind of it's a filler. Like,
Yeah, they have
until
like Vanessa Williams singing it at the end of the film.
Yeah, and
like,
she
a
was
slower
not supposed to
version.
be the final one, but then they liked it, and so they kept it.
Yeah,
Her little kind of place.
that was like a
placeholder,
placeholder or something. Because it
placeholder,
took them
yeah.
like 3 or 4 years to make Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, they all
Oh
these
my
animated
gosh,
things.
We should
take
talk about Beauty
forever.
and the Beast. I mean, there's that. There's Bonjour. You know,
Bonjour.
in the beginning, like
Bonjour. It's so
Bonjour.
good.
There's so many good songs in Beauty and the Beast.
That was their best.
Disney
Even
just- that's what I'm saying,
Pocahontas, which
Disney.
was like at the tail end of that kind of series of Disney films.
Yeah.
Like if you don't include Mulan and Hercules later on, which I feel like is its own era. But Pocahontas, I feel like was like kind of the end of that era of
Yeah,
films.
Color of the Wind.
Color of the Wind.
Yeah.
Vanessa
Yeah.
Williams as well.
But then you also have to talk about
Have you ever
one of the greatest soundtracks was
the blue corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or ask a grinning bobcat why he grins. That whole song,
One-
I love that.
I was never
One
a
of the
huge
greatest
fan of that
soundtrack
movie, though,
on
but
it.
I did like
Oh,
that
I like
song.
it was
sequels.
Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan. That was Phil Collins.
Phil Collins
did
all
the
Phil
whole
Collins.
thing.
Music,
All
yeah.
Phil Collins.
They're
Good,
all
good
original
too.
songs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know people that like only listen
Sounds
to
like
the
a Phil
soundtrack.
Collins
They're
album.
like, yeah, it's a Phil Collins album.
By the way, I'm seeing him in a couple weeks.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
on
that's
tour.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm seeing
yeah,
Elton
you told
John,
me.
and then I'm seeing Phil Collins. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, by the time this airs,
He's gonna play some of the songs. Right?
I hope he does.
Yeah.
He better play one more night. That's all I want.
Yeah.
One more night.
Yeah.
Give me just one
Or Sue
more
Studio.
night. Sue Studio. Oh, so
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Against All Odds, which is a movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
Or parody. Another
Another
Day.
No, Another Day in Paradise.
Another Day in Paradise.
Boom,
But how does it go again?
boom, 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 boom. Is this in a movie?
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. It's actually the name of a movie.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Or
not.
Against
in
All
Tarzan.
Odds. Against All Odds is. Huh?
It's not in Tarzan.
No.
no.
This is early. This is 80s.
Oh, he's- okay,
80s.
yeah.
Chris Christopherson and all that. You know, we should have had Spaceship on the
haven't
podcast
talked
for
about-
this episode. Honestly,
man, we
what the
feel-
fuck are
yeah.
we doing?
Yeah.
We'll have to do another one with him on.
We will, yeah.
Spencer, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lion King.
Lion King. Oh yeah,
Lion
come
King.
on.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Oh
actually
my
still
God,
noticed
Lion
one
King.
in the top.
Have you seen the video where they're like all the guys are from the Broadway show are like on the airplane, and then one of the guys is like, and then like all the people on the plane, like all the the people that are part of the
Sing,
crew
yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
because like half of them were like from the Broadway show. They were like, and like everyone is just like losing their shit on the plane. I was like, that would have been
Elton
fucking
John.
incredible.
That
Elton
was
John is did the Circle of Life too.
Circle
of
of
Life. He
Well,
does
this
the
was
song.
it was written
No,
by
I
the
know-
Alan Menken.
No, I know
guys or
that, but then
whatever.
they also had Elton John on the soundtrack.
I was
is
never a
what I'm
huge
saying.
fan of the Elton John version.
Oh, I like
I
that.
always like the original.
I agree.
version.
Which is similar to like
you-
Angela Lansbury. I like hers more than Vanessa Williams. Like,
Yeah.
there's something about kind of like you feel the emotion.
Did you hear or read about the story of how that song came about?
No.
Like apparently they brought in this like the crew, I guess, because I don't know if it had anything to do with like Paul Simon's like Graceland album or something like
Yeah.
that, or if it was like that same team or same musicians that worked on that, because he went to South Africa
Right.
to record that album, and there was like this group of like 30 dudes, 30 like South African dudes that were like all singers. And I don't know if it's the same guys. I might have this completely wrong. There may be no connection at all. But anyway, they went to the studio and they were going to record, and they had all these lyrics or whatever. And then this guy, like they're all just like sitting there or whatever, like setting up, and one of the guys just starts singing that opening
Are you serious?
line.
Like improvising
And then
it? Or?
and they all just like improvise. Like if you read the lyrics, they're like, the sun rises and sets,
Sets.
and like, and like they're most simple lyrics like you ever heard.
They are.
But because it's in this like
Grand.
this language,
Language.
this
Oh,
other
yeah.
language, it like sounds so.
Oh, you mean like what the translation? What? That,
yeah, the translation
yeah.
is like incredibly simple.
It's so
It's
good.
just like as
That
the
is a
sun
high.
rises,
That
it
is like
sets or something.
That's in top 3 songs across all those Disney films.
Well,
that
the
song.
Lion
did
King
that whole,
soundtrack
like,
is actually one of the top tracks still. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just broke into that, and they were like, "Fuck, this is incredible! Like, what are you doing?" And then
Record.
yeah, like record. Yeah.
Ah,
But it was
so
like that
taking
abrupt. It was just like they were.
I
you
love
know,
that.
They would just
That's the
pull
beauty
some
of
shit out of
creation.
It's like-
That is the beauty of creation. It's like
Yeah.
when
There's more
when that kind of just comes out when you have.
Then can ever
Yeah.
be seen, more to do.
I don't know who that chick is though who
than
sings
can
that part.
ever be done. I don't.
Yeah, sing it,
Yeah.
Diego.
I don't know.
great.
You know the
Yeah.
reason why is because I remember all these Disney songs because for like 5 years straight I worked. I was like a co-director at a daycare.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you play that all the
Day.
time?
Always Disney films. Oh, let's play it again. Kids are like, no.
I
But I
have-
don't know why these people are playing the Wiggles and shit for these kids. Play them just those Disney film soundtracks. That's all they need to hear.
You know, the only
so incredible.
recent one that is memorable that when it comes to like them
Don't say
being-
Frozen.
No, them
I-
being no, I'm not going to say Frozen.
Those
Them
songs-
being
involved
I like
with,
that song that blew up.
well,
The
Let
ones-
It Go?
Hold on,
Yeah, Let It
It's
Go. I
just
thought it was a catchy
so-
song.
Hold on.
I didn't.
Wait.
I don't know.
Let me finish this one because this one's more
adult now,
memorable
maybe.
than that one. Is Rob Thomas and
Rob Thomas,
robot-
from Matchbox
the-
20.
yeah, from the robot, the one
Wall-E?
Meet the
Robinsons?
Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
yeah, you haven't seen it. Rob
No.
Thomas does a soundtrack on that one.
Oh wow.
That-
Yeah, it's a really
Meet
good.
the Robinsons is not
Meet the
an
Robinsons.
animated film, is it?
It
It
is.
sounds like I think
is.
I have heard of it.
You sure
It
that's
is.
what it's called?
Yes, Meet the Robinsons.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Disney will confirm it.
Okay. all
I
right.
will say though, I love the Mulan soundtrack.
Yes.
I'm a huge
I actually
fan of
rewatched that
Mulan.
recently. It is a good. Mulan's very
And
good, yeah.
Hercules.
Oh yeah, what's that one song with Hercules? I really like it. the one
It's like another one of those like 1 minute, 1.5 minute songs. It's like
It is. Oh, okay. Yeah, Meet the Robinsons. Wait, what? Yeah, what is that? What is that Hercules song? Like,
dude,
that
it's
one of
so
their-
good.
It's
like a
really
minute-
catchy.
I'm
like
gonna
it's,
find it. I'm gonna
Oh,
find
it.
it goes like this: Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
No, that's not
Hercules.
Professor. Go the distance.
Go
Right?
the distance.
How does that go again? It's
Yeah, play it.
Oh, you shouldn't play Disney songs. You know we get hit on that.
No, I just.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's the opening is the best part.
But I can't like play the whole fucking thing right now. You got to. I just need you to go with it. I'm trying
And
to spark
cut.
your memory.
Oh yeah.
We can sing it, but we can't listen to it. Put your headsets on and start singing
There's
it.
something else. There's another one in
Great
there though.
why welcome. It's just a really like it's a standout song in that whole album.
Yeah.
But the Hercules was interesting. It had a lot of like gospel,
Yes.
like inspired music.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was
You know,
a good
DreamWorks,
soundtrack.
when they had the one with they find El Dorado.
El Dorado, yeah.
Yeah,
that
that
was
had
like before
great-
Shrek, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great soundtrack
Yeah.
in there too.
What
You know-
about Shrek, All-Star? Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Was that written for that song? I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. I'm almost
She
positive.
was
it's
looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape Everybody knows the
of
song.
an L on her forehead.
Well,
Yeah, the bing bang.
Oh, and the sequel had that Counting Crow song
Oh yeah, it
that
did.
they wrote just for the
what?
movie. Accidentally in Love. I actually really like that song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
well, I want to mention real quick because I know we're running out of time.
There's
you
so many
obviously have
great
all
movies I
you
feel
also
like
have all the
we missed.
Tarantino films where he curated all those songs for it, starting with Reservoir Dogs, which I think is a fucking great. I love Pulp Fiction one, but I really love the Reservoir Dogs one too. You have that one song which has been blown up because of Reservoir Dogs, which is eat with the lime in the coconut, you drink a bowl up.
Oh, yeah.
The lime in the coconut, you drink a bowl
was a big
up.
hit when it came
Yeah.
out.
Let me get this straight. You drink the lime in the coconut, you drink a bowl
Watch the
up.
music video
And
to
I
that,
come
and it's
say,
like the guy.
"Doctor,
It's literally a
did
guy
you-
on a guitar,
ain't
like
there nothing I
recording
can
that.
take a sit, doctor, to
To
relieve this
belly. Yeah,
bellyache.
it's Harry somebody.
Harry Nilsson.
Harry Nelson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nilsson.
Watch
Yeah.
the music
Yeah.
video. It's like him in the studio, like singing, like doing all the voices and everything.
So
and he's
weird.
like-
It's such a great song. But in that same vein, and what I love about Tarantino's soundtracks, if you just listen to the albums, is he's got little snippets from the movie too, which I think is really cool. And who else did that was Guy Ritchie in the Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels soundtrack. Which
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
love that soundtrack. It's got like James Brown, like get ready for the big payback. He's got
Bum,
payback
bum,
on there.
bum,
Then it's got
we could talk about Long Tall Sally. Is that right? From Predator.
Oh yeah, there's that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, exactly.
Have you
But
guys ever
I love
seen a
that song.
James Brown, like his interviews?
James Brown?
He's still alive.
Have you
James
no?
Brown
Have you seen
died
his?
years ago?
Who am I thinking of?
Not James Brown. Little Richard?
Little Richard.
Yeah,
Little
nobody's
Richard
heard
alive.
from
No,
him.
I'm talking
Big.
about like. Have you ever seen some
Little
of his
Richard was
interviews?
the one that did. That wasn't James Brown, right? Wasn't that Little Richard?
Yeah, the
Long
one
Tall
Long Tall
Sally?
Sally. Yeah.
yeah.
But James Brown did payback on Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking
Yeah.
Barrels. You ready for the big?
Have you ever
payback?
seen some of his interviews? On,
No.
Like on the news, it is
You ain't above
freaking.
it?
All he does is say one word and just look around. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really good.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like
it's a good
Eddie
song.
Murphy
Like
said
I
in the lyric.
saw.
He's like,
It's all the
he's like,
cocaine.
you don't even need to have a good voice
all the
to get pussy. You
cocaine.
can be a singer. You can be a singer and get good pussy. You don't even
We
need
can
to be
talk
able to
about
talk. He's like, James Brown been singing 30 years. I still don't know what the fuck James is saying. Have had a minute.
We can talk
See him
about
talking to
it.
the band.
That's just
Say,
how he is.
"Have had a minute."
What's
That's how
good?
it was, I
He's like,
should
he's
say.
talking to the band with the call and response. He's like, "Have had a minute. Yeah. That is it. Yeah. Now did it. Yeah. What the fuck James song? I don't know, but we're getting paid. Just keep saying it. Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
That's all he does in his interviews. It's hilarious. I just saw, like, I think 2 days ago, I saw an interview that he did on the news. And she's like, let's talk about your song. She said, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
It makes people feel good. It makes you feel good.
Were you high at
'Cause
the
it's
time,
all
Mr. Brown?
good.
Nah, high on God.
Not good.
High on God.
So-
Speaking of James Brown, and also rest in peace, Aretha Franklin, who just died, the Blues Brothers soundtrack.
Oh,
One of my
yeah.
favorites
Blues
of
Brothers.
all time.
Yeah.
All sang in film. You have Aretha Franklin doing think about what you're trying to do to be. She
Oh my
wanted to
gosh,
sing
yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-T. She wanted to sing Respect in that song, which would have also made sense for the scene.
Yeah.
But John Landis and them were like, we want you to do Think.
Yeah.
Like, which I
Yeah.
thought was really cool because that was not one of her more. I mean, it's a popular song, but not Respect. You know,
Right.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
she did end up doing that for the sequel. But then you also had Ray Charles doing "Bend Over, Shake It Like a Tail Feather." Motherfucker. Bend over, let me see you shake a tail feather. Come on and let me see you shake a tail
I don't know why
feather.
that makes me think of.
Twist it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby.
We should mention Wayne's World.
Wayne's Bohemian
Wayne's
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody,
Yep.
Foxy Lady.
Foxy. Lady.
Yeah.
You
Is that
are
right?
a little
Boom,
heartbreaker.
boom, boom, boom. Was that the first or the second?
First one.
First one, okay.
You know you're a little heartbreaker.
like that whole
Garth.
thing where Garth is like
He's
walking.
like,
Foxy. Yeah.
He's just
love
doing
it.
that
Little bunny
sign.
ears.
Oh
It's
my
amazing.
god.
It's amazing. And
But-
the opening
How about-
sequence
how
is
about,
amazing.
Bohemian
With
Rhapsody.
Fiction. Yeah. I never heard
No,
it
we mentioned
before.
Pulp
Did we?
Fiction. Yeah, I love that.
I should
Must
say
be-
I should mention Mannequin because I love the song at the end of
What's the
Mannequin.
song?
Oh,
at the end of
yes!
Mannequin
Starship.
again? I know.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing's gonna stop us
Nothing's
now.
gonna stop.
Yeah.
The world is gonna stop us.
I want to watch. I want to watch that with my wife.
It's a chick that sings White Rabbit.
It's from
Have each
Gracie
other.
Slick.
Tracy-
Starship
Nothing's
is the
gonna stop us.
redo of Jefferson Starship, which is the
Jefferson
redo for
Starship,
Jefferson
yeah.
Airplane.
Yeah.
It's called Gracie Slick.
Gracie Slick.
Yeah, but that song is also in Skeleton Twins.
Yeah,
it is.
And
Where
they sing
it.
that where he starts singing and trying to get her into the mood. Bill
The
Hader.
whole song is
his
in there, which is
the whole
great.
song, and he
Yeah.
lip syncs it all and then
Beginning to
gets her
end.
into it. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
Great.
I
scene.
want my watch to watch that movie, Mannequin. I think
Mannequin.
it's-
Yeah.
Is it
Andrew
Mannequin or is it the
Mannequin.
second one?
Mannequin.
Or is it the
First
second
one.
one?
No, it's
the
not.
first
Yeah, it's in
one?
the first one.
Okay.
Second one had what's his face in it.
They changed all the actors.
Yeah,
They
all
changed
of them. Chrissy
everyone,
Swanson's in the second one, and I
Yeah.
think it's not Jonathan Silverman because he was in Weekend at Bernie's with Andrew McCarthy, but it's somebody else in the second one. But yeah, I mean these are great.
I would say like the
Great
game
soundtrack.
had I don't think I'd ever heard that song White Rabbit before until I saw the game.
Really? Oh yeah, I actually heard in I heard that great Jefferson Airplane song.
One pill makes you larger. Anyway.
Yeah, but
You guys know
how about that
you know
other
what I'm talking
Jefferson
about, right?
I know what
Airplane?
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Want somebody to love. Oh, I need somebody to love. Won't you
Oh,
find
we
somebody
should
to-
mention
Cable
Forrest
Guy.
Gump.
It was in Cable
Has
Guy.
an incredible soundtrack.
Oh my God.
Forrest Gump is like one of the best soundtracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
There's
Back to the
so-
Future
See,
also
that's-
represents Back. Back to the Future. You know, it's the power of love.
Yeah. Well, those
Don't
are all
need
written for the
money.
movie.
Don't need fame. Yeah, it's great. It's a great soundtrack. And then there was also I wanted to mention one other Tom Cruise film which I loved. I love the soundtrack Cocktail. Cocktail is a great soundtrack. Bermuda, Bahamas,
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Beach
Pretty
Boys.
Mama, Key Largo, Montego.
That was like their
Ooh,
comeback
I wanna
song.
take you
Yeah.
to the
Kokomo.
Here's the problem
Yeah,
with doing this
go,
episode
go,
is that
go.
there's
We'll get there
so many great
fast and then
soundtracks.
we'll take it slow.
This is gonna be somebody. Whoever listens to this is gonna be like hearing us sing like for an
I
hour.
wanna go, come on.
That's the pro-
people are gonna be like, this
Yeah.
is the shit. It's like all out of tune.
Well, here's the thing.
I
it's
feel like we sound good.
No,
but,
we
you
did
know.
I
great.
know.
No,
You
here's
always
the
sound
thing.
good to yourself.
Oh, I sound terrible to
Here's the
myself.
thing, is
and
that
also
we
when I
had-
listen later.
I think I sound good.
No, you
On-
sound. You
on
guys
some
sound
stuff.
good.
Oh
I
my
got too
gosh.
much. I got too much bass. I can do.
No,
do.
see, I knew this was gonna happen. He was gonna go into another. Yeah, he was gonna go into another song. See?
It's time to go. I could do the bass.
Look,
Really
we
well.
can go into
3 Minute
17
Baby.
more
Whoop, whoop,
songs
whoop,
within the next 5 minutes and go into 18 more songs within the next 10.
You ever heard
do you
Jam
know
That
that problem
Crew?
is, hey honey ding dong, a lang a lang a lang, shoom. Oh, I became
Thank you,
obsessed
everybody,
with that
for coming
song
to
when
get
I
to the
saw
podcast,
Clue.
but I will click
How
and share
about
this right
you ever
now
heard Dan
because it's
Aykroyd do
never gonna-
Rubber Biscuit?
This is never gonna.
Ball,
end.
ball, ball. You're my habada, habada. You're my sabada, sabada. You're my babada, babada. Do that again. Ball, ball, ball. You're my babada, you're my sabada, sabada. You're my babada, habada. Rubber biscuit. You ever heard that?
No, I've never.
Now I did,
I don't
yeah.
even know what
There
you're
you
saying.
go.
to me.
It's all gibberish.
Here's the
But you
problem.
guys remember
Here's the problem with
Clue,
doing
right?
this.
Yeah, I just rewatched Clue.
I'm very,
the other week.
skeptical about doing this episode again because it will not end.
We're gonna make
Well,
the
spaceship.
reason, and the reason why it's a good reason
Here's
is
what we
because
do.
there's
We
should
so
do another one.
Hold
We're
on a
gonna make
second.
spaceship
Hold on a
on,
second. Hold on a second.
So he can actually like
the
add
reason
some
the
real-
reason why is because
musician and a
the
singer.
reason why
Yeah.
is because there's so many like incredible soundtracks in films.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many memorable
it's
music.
like half
There's
of
so
the
many
movie
moments that
experience.
have set something inside of you to just either jam, have fun, or some type of
Totally.
emotions. And that's why this episode's hard to fucking control because Nick, like, he's flipping them. He's flipping them in his head. I can see it. He's thinking about another one right
One
now.
thing
I
triggers
am.
another.
I got
thing
it all
triggers
right.
another,
Yeah.
another,
So,
another.
so we're gonna hold the rest of them off.
What about
and
8
We're
Mile,
gonna
by the way?
do. See,
8
stop.
Mile?
We'll use it with Spencer. We'll use it with Spencer. So we'll do
I love
another
how you call him
episode.
Spencer.
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
So-
From a gang called. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what it is. I can't say that full name. Something with attitude. I can't say it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cross that line.
Okay.
All right, thank you for not crossing that line. That was emotional for
When I'm
nobody.
called off, I got a sawed off.
All right, everyone.
Triggers a squeeze and
Thank you
bodies
for
all
joining us
hauled
here
off.
at Get to the Podcast as
Straight
Nick
out of
sings,
Compton.
sings this Our Way Out. Sings Our Way Out. Yeah.
How about we do?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us here at Get to the Podcast. My name is Diego
Oh,
de
yeah.
Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
Good night,
Sweetheart,
sweetheart.
well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.